How about some free gas over a glitch? In Lincoln, Nebraska, a woman named Dawn Thompson stumbled upon a situation where the pump was giving out free gas. Now, how did this happen? Well, the station just had a software update. Unfortunately for them, they didn't know about one thing that Dawn did figure out. If you have your gas rewards card, she swiped it once and twice, and guess what? On the second time, it activated a demo mode. Demo? Free! Free gas! So hey, she figured out the glitch and kept doing it and kept getting free gas. Demo, free gas. Now that's great for her, right? Sucks for the station. But again, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, as the loss prevention manager did notice something with one card. And it's about time the manager did his job, because from November of 2022 to June of 2023, Dawn was giving herself out those freebies. Not just once, not just twice, 3 times, lady. But they did set up a sting and caught her in the act. So they took her in and she was arrested on March 6th. But now, let me ask you somebodies, can you look me in the eye and tell me you wouldn't do it? If you found this out, you'll do it a few times, right? Some of you be a little nervous and scared, like, oh, I did it once. Nah, let's do it twice. Me personally, I probably would have done it 10 times. Then I break out, because I know a good thing like this is not going to last, and they'll set up a sting for me. So somebody's, it's not which one of you would do it, but how many times would you get that free gas? Ever name your newborn after a porn star? Now for all of you that are going to have a baby, or already had a baby, you know what happened during the time that you're looking for a name. You're looking all over the internet, and maybe sometimes it just pops into your head. Well, in this situation, the couple finally settled on the name, Evelina Juliet. Pretty name, right? Well, turned out after the couple secured the name, they went online to look up the name, see if it was common somewhere. Well, guess what? As they typed in the name, to their surprise, a bunch of porn sites came up. Why? Because Evelina Juliet is coincidentally the name of an adult star. Now, of course, the couple started freaking out a bit and thinking, oh, whoa, we can't do this to our daughter. We need to change the name, right? So the couple did contemplate changing it, but they were just so dead set on how pretty Evelina Juliet just really sounds, rolls off the tongue. So the couple stuck with their guns, and that was going to be the name. But mom being mom, especially because she's carrying the baby, did have concerns about her daughter maybe getting a little bit of flack during her school years. Now, I am a parent, and it's been my experience that primarily men are the one that go and find the porn star names. But in my opinion, more than anything, by the time that girl is off to school, I'm sure that performer will already be out of the business, and it won't even matter by that time. But hey, somebodies, let me know. Did you stumble across this situation where you chose a name and it ended up being in this genre? Or maybe another genre? Let me know in the comments and tell me whether or not you stuck with your guns or you changed it completely. Rats be getting high off that weed. In New Orleans, the police department building is in shambles. The elevators don't work. Bad plumbing. No AC. Plus, you got a cockroach and rat infestation. So much so that every single time the rats be making it to the evidence room and they getting high. Well, in the sense that they're eating it. They prefer the edibles. Now, you gotta give props to the janitor, because they're working hard just to keep it mediocre. The city council has said it will take a total of $6 million plus to fix up the place. But you know how it goes when money comes in hand. They just said it's cheaper to move you to another building. So within 10 years, you'll have a new spot. But for now, you gotta try to keep the rats away from the edibles. Now here's the question I have. Once the city moves the police department into the other building, who's to say if you don't keep up with the maintenance, in a couple years, the rats are just gonna find themselves eating the weed in another building, right? A woman ends her relationship over the Zodiac sign. An Aries man, that's the Zodiac sign, Aries, found out the hard way of how tough it is to be his sign. As for the most part, Aries men are attractive, they're strong, and they're confident. But on the other side, they're rough, selfish, and impulsive. So it turns out when this couple first met, they hit it off right away. But after a few months, the woman broached the subject and asked her, hey, what's your sign? And once she found out, oh well, she just distanced herself. She ghosted him. And here's the clincher of it all. It turns out in one time when they were walking on the streets, he wouldn't pick up a stranger's trash bag that was on the ground. And what was her response? Oh, typical Aries. Now, number one, we are all an astrological sign, okay? And I know that there are good and bad parts to each sign. Not only that, compatibility and whatnot if you really want to get in depth. But quite frankly, when we boil it down, was this just an easy excuse for her to dump him? I'm a Capricorn myself, so we're perfect, but I do try to sympathize and empathize with all the rest of you. So hey somebodies, let me know in the comments. Have you ever had this situation happen to you? Whether you were the one that was breaking up with them, or you ended up being broken up with due to your zodiac sign? Kansas City Chiefs fans underwent amputations after the game when the Kansas City Chiefs hosted the Miami Dolphins on the January 13th wildcard game. At game time, it was minus 20 degrees Celsius. Now, for the most part during the game, we have adrenaline rushing. We're getting moving. We're staying warm and whatnot. At least that's what we think. Our body's telling us otherwise, and we don't even know about it. But turns out after the game, many people went to the hospital emergency room. Why? Primarily due to frostbite on their hands and their toes. So, when it was all said and done, 12 people had an amputation of some sort, either with their fingers or with their toes. Now, for the most part, we all understand the term fanatic, but was it really worth it? A new mom shames her friend for still looking good. Now, ladies, let me just preface by saying that the most beautiful you can be is during and after pregnancy. Once the mom was settled in with her newborn, she finally decided she can have her friends over. And that's exactly what happened. Her friend came over, she wanted to see her, the newborn, and even had gifts to give to both of them. Well, it turns out throughout the entire visit, the mom could only focus on one thing, the friend's outfit, as the friend kept it simple with a crop top and short leggings. Well, unfortunately, it's been explained to me that for the most part, women will not say nothing on the spot. But a few days later, the friend talked to a mutual friend of theirs, and the mutual friend let the friend know that the mom was distraught and crying because she felt the friend was rubbing it in. Now, what does that mean? Well, for all the new moms getting used to their new body type, sometimes it could be a bit too much. Now, the friend did not know that she was being insensitive in any way. She was just dressing the way she usually does. Now, the mutual friend is also a mother, and guess what? She's in agreement with the mom as well. So ladies, let's get in depth a little more with this situation in a segment I like to call Guilty or Spared. So, let me speak to the pregnant ladies first. Let me ask, and this is after you've given birth, once you invite your friends over, apparently female friends, how do you feel they should dress? A little more conservatively? Maybe a potato sack altogether? Trench coat? I mean, are we just not to dress normal as your female friend? Should the friend try to understand what you're going through? Maybe read a book herself on pregnancy. Do any of these things make sense? Now, for the friends of your pregnant friend, does it ever cross your mind on what outfit to wear? Do you have any idea that it's the little things that may affect your pregnant friend? Are you one of the few that are in touch and trying not to offend in any way? Is there a secret dress code that we all just don't know about? Now, me personally, I read this situation and, quite frankly, I'm in the middle. I understand that pregnancy is a blessing, but it also comes with trauma to your body in the sense that it reshapes it. And then for the most part, it just goes into your head, the miracle that you just performed, but at the same time you look in the mirror and it's not the same anymore. So I get that. I'm sensitive to that. So I'm with you on this one, miracle ladies, but at the same time, understand that for the most part, I don't think your friends in any way are trying to hurt your feelings or offend you in any way whatsoever. So really, I'm right in the middle. Both sides are guilty, but at the same time, both sides are spared. A man is entitled to half of her wife's wages. A stay-at-home mom finally decided to go back to work after their youngest child is attending school. Now, prior to this decision, they were living off her husband's paycheck, which for the most part is common when it's just one paycheck. But now that the wife has made the transition back into the workforce, well, it seems only fair that about half of her paycheck goes into the joint account, right? Nope, that is not the case. As the couple were talking about her new job and her money, she came to realize, wait, hold on. No, your paycheck still takes care of everything. My paycheck is for me and me alone. Well, it turns out the couple goes back and forth, and then the wife ultimately calls him a patriarchal misogynist. So it seems in this situation, the wife wants it as what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine. Now, for most of us couples that both work, we know there's always an understanding of how the money should be split. If you have it as 50-50, hey, that's probably the easiest way. But to fully say that your entire paycheck is all yours? Well, that's just not how it works in a successful relationship. Sister wants her brother's newborn baby. A couple with a fresh newborn decided after a certain time they finally would allow their family to come and visit the newborn baby. And it turns out the sister was all about the baby, fawning and doting over him. Oh, I can't let him go. Oh. Well, once the mom took the baby back and started feeding him with a bottle, the sister-in-law was offering advice on how to feed the baby. Well, the mom didn't take too kindly to that and was offended. Now, sister-in-law made no qualms about how she felt about the situation. She flat out just said, oh, the mom that wasn't really sure she wanted the baby, all of a sudden offended because I want to help her. Now, mom couldn't believe what she just heard, and brother was right there, took her sister aside and said, what are you doing? And she flat out just told her brother, you know, this is unjust. It's not right. I've been trying so long to have a baby. 3 years, in fact. But you guys, while you were having the process of the pregnancy, weren't even sure you wanted them. I'm just saying, I can easily take them off your hands, and I could be a mother right now. Surprisingly enough, the new parents didn't kick the sister out. In fact, the matriarch of the family, Grandma, flat out just told the couple, oh, she's just joking. You know how your sister is, let her be. Well, guess what? New mom is not having it. She told her husband, flat out, once they leave, we're changing the locks, and we're installing a camera system. Because she's going to continue to come around, I don't trust her alone with our baby. Now, I thought it was bad when I reported on someone wanting to buy somebody else's baby. This is a family affair where the sister has no problem being candid about how she feels towards that baby. Not somebody's. What would you do in this situation as the parents? Would you continue to let her come around? Or is one of you somebody's out there? The sister